exciting on a million different levels. Not even, start with the honor of being invited to do this. That was exciting. But then the notion that I can talk about issues that I find very compelling, and not just to me, but I believe it should be for most of our society. To have an audience that you can present it to that is an audience that of its makeup are doers, that think a great deal about some of these issues, but are also people who have shown that they want to be engaged in trying to change some of the things that we're talking about. So for me, it has benefits on many levels. It's not just something where I can come here and spout off about my great theories on whatever it might be. It's to engage people in making immediate changes. I mean, literally immediate changes in a dysfunctional society. It's going to have as its sort of common theme that's going to run through all the different series is the breakdown of our criminal justice system, but a little beyond that as well, our social system as well. And that how, not necessarily that I then become the repository of all this mess, but that are we as a society, is this what we want? And for most of the people that I come across and talk about these issues with, most of them are quite stunned, surprised that things have denigrated to this level, and that's good that people don't believe it's this bad. When we talk about the issues and we talk about how things have gotten so callous these days that literally poor people en masse end up in jails, not because they're bad people, not necessarily because they violated a specific heinous law, but because they're poor. That shocks people's conscience, as well it should, and it usually gets people talking about what it is that we can do to change that. And so for me, the common thread is going to be a system that is broken. It's broken here clearly, but as we've worked throughout the country with other entities, it's abundantly clear that this is not a local phenomenon, that around the country our criminal justice systems have broken down and have become the repository for all the societal ills that people have turned their backs on. I've been working in this area in one form or another for, I hate saying this because I feel old, but for decades now. And really, in all truthfulness, I never really felt that there was going to be this great swing. There was little glimmers that here or there that some people were getting more interested. But really now, from a person who is quite jaded by it all, I do see the winds are changing here, and that people are not going to accept this anymore. What they're looking for, though, is to have the problem clearly defined, viable solutions presented, and ways that they can act. And so we were never there before. We were still in the point where we're just debating whether things are right or wrong. I think we've gone beyond that now, and now it's more, how is it that we can sort of rectify this? And I see it both just in the notion of mass unjust incarceration of people that don't belong in the criminal justice system, to the mentally ill who were pouring into jails and prisons by the thousands every day. I see people now finally understanding that's occurring and demanding some changes. So the person who's never been confused with being the eternal optimist, I see that change happening now. I cannot tell you how many people that will approach me and ask me, how is it that you keep doing this? You're surrounded by depressing subjects all day. You're surrounded by people at their lowest point in their lives. How do you keep doing it? And honestly, the thing that keeps me going is that hope, and the hope that we have seen already to date. And frankly, we've had many University of Chicago students already helping us over the last few years on a lot of different projects. The young people that we've been able to attract, who not only have the youthful idealism, and they have that in abundance, but they also have other ways of approaching these problems. It keeps me going. I mean, I hate to sound so selfish, but it keeps me going because I see that there is hope. And if not, I mean, truly, if I didn't see that, there's no way I would be doing this job any longer. I mean, this job grinds people up. It's filled with frustrations that you couldn't imagine, and you're dealing with the most depressing topics. But when you're engaged with students, particularly the students at this institution, you get this energy vicariously from them, but you get this whole range of ideas that you never dreamed of before, and they have been real game changers already. So I've already seen it in play now. The notion that we're going to get more from this is beyond exciting to me.